What we have here is lunge pulling. The positioning and the parameters for this input is going to be based off the extreme slow lunge hold. The difference here, instead of just yielding to gravity over time, you get into a predetermined position and you fight gravity for time. On this input, what we're going to be doing is pulling into position using the antagonist muscles. So for the front leg, it's going to be the front hamstring. For the back leg, it's going to be the back glute. And you're going to fire that musculature to pull yourself down into position, pulling yourself towards gravity. This is a way to amplify the lunge hold. As you're bringing more stimulus, more integration, it's very much a neurological cascade as you are essentially doing an inverted recruitment process, firing the antagonist muscles. So it might be a little bit tricky at first to find the patterning, the firing that we're looking for, but the more exposure you give yourself in this move, the more you'll become familiar with it and you'll really hone in what we're looking for. So to get going, position wise again is off the extreme slow lunge hold. So you take the longest stride you'd ever take in life, front knee over the ankle, front heel elevated into calf raise, quad at least at a 90 degrees parallel to gravity, back leg as straight as you can, torso nice and tall. From there, instead of just fighting gravity, you're gonna fire the front hammy, fire the back glute to pull yourself down into position towards gravity. So from the naked eye, it doesn't look like a lot's going on, but neurologically, there's a cascade as I'm firing these antagonist muscles to pull myself down into position. Another thing, throw in the cross crawl pattern with the arms. So if right knee's forward, left arm is forward, left leg is back, right arm is back. Initiate the cross crawl, you're gonna get more of a brain, more of a neurological integration. So something to think about, a tool to become a little bit more acquainted with the move. If I was to perform speed Russian lunges, so the quick switches of the feet, the musculature I would use to fire that is front hammy, back glute. So pretend you're gonna do the speed Russian lunge without actually moving. So you're gonna have to fire these two muscles to pull. Another thing to think about, you ever see a horse or a bull, before they take off, they drag that front foot in preparation to take off. You are essentially doing that with this front foot. Pretend as if you were to drag that front foot towards your center of gravity. That's going to be driven by this front hamstring. So just to give you an example, this is me just yielding to gravity, fighting gravity. Now I'm going to pull into position. It's hard to tell. So those two tools may come handy as you're trying to get familiar with this input. Now, based off what is suggested to you in your program, you may be pulling for anywhere from 30 seconds to 20 seconds to 3 minutes of time. Whatever is suggested to you, you're going into the input as if it's a 1 rep max, meaning you're going to be pulling as aggressive as you possibly can. Try to create as much force as you can create, and then manage. So for 30 seconds, that is a sprint. That's everything you got within that 30 second, pulling as hard as you can. Same deal for 3 minutes or 5 minutes. You may start out with 100% pulling, but as fatigue kicks in, that's going to slowly decline as expected. That is where the 3 minutes of time, the 5 minutes of time is a wonderful opportunity to find intention. That's going to fluctuate with different bouts of fatigue, but you're always pulling into position. So this is the lunge pulling.